Kamala!
Hello? Hi!
Hey there!
Oh, hi, you're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh my goodness. Michelle, Barack, this means so much to me. I am looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both, and getting out there, being on the road. But most of all, I just want to tell you the words you have spoken and the friendship that you have given over all these years mean more than I can express. So thank you both. It means so much. And we're going to have some fun with this too, aren't we?
And there it is. Kamala Harris gets the endorsement from Barack and Michelle Obama, two of, if not the most popular figures in the Democratic Party. And when I was watching this, because my job is to combat disinformation from the right, I immediately thought back to the New York Post headline from July 24th. Obama doesn't believe Kamala Harris can beat Trump, which is why he hasn't endorsed her. Sources. Now, just for fun, I want you to take a look at what Kamala was wearing in this video. Tan suit, white shirt, gold necklace. And now take a look at this event from July 24th in Indianapolis. So clearly, the Obama endorsement happened on July 24th, very likely before this New York Post story was even published on July 24th, which leads me to wonder if the authors, Isabel Vincent and John Levine, knew that they were peddling straight nonsense, or if their quote-unquote sources are just that bad. Something tells me it's the former, although I suppose that when you work for the New York Post, shame is kind of already out of the equation, isn't it? Now, in terms of why we're just hearing about this endorsement now, I actually think the move was tactically brilliant. Remember, in the immediate aftermath of Kamala getting the nod from Joe Biden, an avalanche of endorsements followed. And so the campaign very smartly held on to this one, arguably the biggest one, because why add that huge endorsement to the mountain of existing endorsements when you can save it for a couple of days later, get another bite of the apple, and re-up the excitement for another day? This campaign knows what it's doing, and it knows how to keep the energy going. Now, this does raise one big question. Donald Trump had come out yesterday, and because he was too afraid to actually debate Kamala, he decided to use this as an excuse. Given the continued political chaos surrounding crooked Joe Biden and the Democrat Party, general election debate details cannot be finalized until Democrats formally decide on their nominee. There is a strong sense by many in the Democrat Party, namely Barack Hussein Obama, that Kamala Harris is a Marxist fraud who cannot beat President Trump, and they are holding out for someone better. Therefore, it would be inappropriate to schedule things with Harris because Democrats very well could still change their minds. So my question is, now that Barack Hussein Obama has clearly endorsed Kamala Harris, will Trump finally agree to debate Kamala, or was that just a desperate excuse that he cooked up to cover for the fact that he is too chicken shit to get on stage with her? Take all the time you need with that one. In fact, the timing was quite brilliant because by withholding news of the Obama endorsement, only to watch Trump actually use Obama as his excuse not to debate Kamala, the campaign was able to immediately leave Donald Trump without a leg to stand on. With that said, it's not like Trump has ever been bound by some adherence to logic, so he'll just find some other excuse to cover for the fact that at the end of the day, the guy is quite simply too afraid of going head-to-head with his opponent, because something strongman. The Obama endorsement caps off what has been a swift and decisive consolidation of support by Kamala Harris. Aside from effectively the entire Democratic Party, unto itself a stunning feat in a party that spans from AOC to Jon Tester, there were also a raft of pop culture figures who immediately came out to endorse her or signal their support, including Charli XCX, Olivia Rodrigo, Kesha, Katy Perry, Cardi B, Janelle Monáe, John Legend, just to name a few. I mean, hell, even Republicans announced their support. Here's former Lieutenant Governor of Georgia, Jeff Duncan.
Jeff, are you formally endorsing her? Would you like to speak at the convention?
Well, look, I've said this before, including on this show, that I am committed to beating Donald Trump for all the right reasons. I'm willing to make the 4-year investment into the Republican Party to fix us, to heal us. We are a better party without Donald Trump. And I know millions of Republicans don't see that, but they will one day. They'll be embarrassed that they took the bait and followed Donald Trump down a dark path for our party. And so I'm committed. And if that means endorsing, speaking for, voting for, waving a sign, whatever. I don't agree with Kamala Harris on everything. I didn't agree with Joe Biden on everything. I don't agree with my wife on everything. But I am committed to this country. And I think the best, actually, she doesn't agree with me on everything. I think that's probably the better way to put it.
In fact, zooming out, within the first 24 hours of her campaign, Kamala Harris raised a record-breaking $126 million. And even more stunning, 896,000 of those who donated were contributing for the first time this cycle. That means that when it was just Biden and Trump, those people were sitting out. All of them who may very well have been completely disillusioned with the state of politics are now involved as the direct result of Kamala's entrance into the race. I've said it from the beginning, this race won't necessarily be the Democrats versus Trump as much as it'll be the Democrats versus the couch. Our job was to overcome low enthusiasm and voter apathy as the result of a candidate in Joe Biden who had low approval ratings exacerbated by his poor debate performance. Now that he's stepped aside, the issue of voter enthusiasm is very clearly resolving itself with a candidate who is instantly and overwhelmingly firing up the Democratic base. And to that exact point, here's a brand new ad that Kamala just released that might help explain why she's gaining so much traction.
In this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? There are some people who think we should be a country of chaos, of fear, of hate. But us, we choose something different. We choose freedom.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too.
The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom to make decisions about your own body. We choose a future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law. We believe in the promise of America, and we're ready to fight for it. Because when we fight, we win. So join us. Go to KamalaHarris.com and let's get to work.
I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
So now that the Obama endorsement is official, it's all systems go with a fully united Democratic Party behind our presumptive nominee. And maybe we'll even see Donald Trump agree to overcome his fear, stop hiding behind Barack Obama, and actually debate Kamala Harris. But knowing Donald Trump and his crippling insecurity, I wouldn't hold my breath. I've got a really exciting announcement. I've written a book. It's called Shameless. This book explores how Republicans have exploited their historical branding while attacking our democracy, how the media has proven itself a willful participant, and how Democrats can learn from this to rebalance the political scales and save our democracy. It has been a lifelong dream of mine to write my own book, and so I'd like to ask you to pre-order it by clicking the link right here on the screen. And if you buy within this pre-order period, your book is going to come with a signed nameplate. As you know, I've never had a single sponsor on my channel. I don't ask for money or anything like that, but if you're looking for a way to support me, this is hands down the best way to do it. So again, follow the link right here on the screen, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for pre-ordering Shameless. And as always, make sure to subscribe to see more of my content.